Hello everybody. So today I wanted to show you an app that I use pretty much every day in my music room. It's this app right here called iDoceo. So fun fact, I actually learned that means I teach in Latin. So yeah, cool. This app is not free. It's about $8, which usually is like, no way, I'm never spending $8 on an app. But if you think about how much you spend on teaching supplies, $8 is nothing. And I use this every single day. It's super useful. It's just great. So let me tell you what I like about iDoceo. Let's tap on it and see what we got. All right, let me go to the home screen really quick. See what you would see here. So you can see my list of classes. Up at the top we have fake class, the one we will be looking at today. And I did want to mention that you can obviously add classes. You can import them from like an Excel file into your computer. You just have to open it up on your email on your computer and open it up with the iDoceo app. So that is awesome at the beginning of the year so that you're not inputting hundreds and hundreds of names. So here's my fake class that I've created, and actually we're not at their homepage either, so let's get there. The grade book. Okay, let me just turn this around so it registers my tapping. All right, and let me show you the feature that I use most often. You can just take attendance very easily, or obviously if you need to add a student, you can just press here. You can add their name right here, and there's all sorts of other info you can add. I don't, because I just don't have time for all of that. You can even add a photo if you want to be super fancy. Also, you might have a student. This one I've highlighted in yellow. You just click on the student and click the paintbrush, and you can highlight them whatever color you want. So sometimes I'll use that if I have a new student, just to bring my attention to the fact that they are new in the class for whatever reason. Or yeah, you can use it however you want, but there is that option. So once you've got your whole list of kids, then if you tap here, you'll see all these different options of things you can do. And I haven't even gotten into any of this stuff down here, so feel free to explore at your own leisure. But attendance, that's the one that I do every day, as you might imagine. And you'll notice it puts the date, so you can see that I made this video on the 6th of February. And then if I go over here to my seating chart, so by the way, you can make a seating chart. How awesome is that? Not just one chart, but up to, let's see if we can get rid of the glare here. Of course not. The other ones are like super gray and you can't see barely at all, so I'm just going to tell you it's like up to 8, no, up to 10. You can do up to 10 different seating charts for each class. So you can have a grid form one, and then you can have a circle, circle spots, and you could have so much. You could have a performance. This is where you stand on the risers when we do a performance. Yeah, that I can't even think of 10 different things to do, but you could do it. What else? Oh, so we were talking about attendance. So over in the grade book, I had made my attendance column. Then I go over here to my seating plan and I hit column. Okay, so then it shows my attendance. And I just click that. And then that's what I'm like grading or whatever. So if I tap this person, see, it puts a little check. They're here. If I tap them again, then there's an X. They're not here. So for me, I just put X's next to who's not here and leave anyone who is here blank because I want to get through attendance quickly. We have more important things we need to do in music class. We can also go back to the grade book. Nope, the grade book. And we could like create something we're grading them on. Maybe we're grading them on, sorry, I can't type backwards. Singing voice. So we'll call this sing. And then I can go over here to my seating chart again and click my column again. And now, instead of selecting attendance, I select sing. You'll notice all the little check marks disappeared. And I know that it doesn't show you, which I just absolutely cannot get this to show without any glare. But just so you know, the kids' names are in here. And it's really easy to read. It's just not easy to film for whatever reason. So yeah, it has all the kids' names in here. And let's say little Johnny, or student 1, as it says in here, even though you have no idea that's what it says. Let's say that he is doing great with his singing voice. Check. Yep. And maybe this friend here needs to work on their singing voice. So you can just do yes or no. You can also, see, just press on it till it wiggles, and then text icon. So you can tap that, and let's get rid of the glare. Oh my. Well, there's just no solving this, is there? There's a text box up there. Can I make you believe me? No. Maybe if I move this, can I show you this text box? See if we can make this happen. I want you to be able to see it. There. Wow. I think it's just because it's like really far away or something. Okay. So yeah, there's a text box there. You can do checks, pluses, happy faces, sad faces. It goes on and on. And you can mark up to 5 slots. As you can see, each one of these little boxes with the little X underneath it is a slot that you can fill in for that kid. All right. So lots of options for leaving feedback. Nice and quick. They're all in their little seating chart spot, so it makes it easy to find them. Works great. If you're a music learning theory person, I feel like this would work pretty well for doing learning sequence activities. I like having the other information, you know, about the learning sequence activity and the directions and the patterns and stuff on the same paper as this, but maybe for you it would be useful, you know how you get to have like a million different seating charts? You could have one for learning sequence activities. If you're not a learning sequence activity person, ignore everything I just said and we'll move on. Some other things I like. A lot of people have apps for, you know, picking kids, who's going to be the helper or whatever. So this right here, Random Picker, will pick a kid for you, and their name pops up at the bottom there. And the nice thing is, if your kid is marked absent for the day, it won't pick them. So it won't ever pick someone who's not there. And it'll show you right here. These are like little dice. Let me see if we can zoom in again. Focus, focus. Try and focus. Well, those are little dice, those little boxes there. And that means that the kid has had a turn. So the people that don't have dice next to them have had no turns. Nice thing is you can go over to this little toolbox picture of a wrench here, and you can go to Random Picker and you can clear the dice history. So you just tap right here and you can clear the history. Say that you're onto like something new, like a new activity or something, and you want everybody to have a turn at that too. Then you can clear it out and everyone has a chance again. Until then, it will go through and only pick people who haven't had turns. I think there is other options in here where you can make it where it will go back to people before it's been through all turns. Maybe that's what roulette picker mode is. I don't know. But yeah, so there's lots of options to explore there. Outside of that, like I said, there's tons of options to explore, ones that I haven't done yet, but those are the main features that I like about it. Some of the just convenience factors for this is that probably every school, but I feel like especially my school, there's a lot of kids that are moving in and out throughout the year. So if I have a kid who is withdrawing, then I can just click on their name and delete. And then if I go in my seating chart, that spot is now empty. And then if I have a new kid add, then I can easily add that in here. It gives me a tally of how many, I can easily add that kid in there. It gives me a tally of how many kids are in my class. These are like blank spots from me like showing how to add students. But you know, they shouldn't be here. So technically we would delete. And again, delete. Yes, I want to erase that. And delete. So I can very quickly go through, especially, I don't know if you have classes that split, or I've heard it called rainbowing, where like a portion of that class goes with another class for specials. I can very easily look through my classes of the grade level and see how big they are and figure out what class to put them in. So it's just, it works very well without me having to like erase a bunch of people out of seating charts and cross people's names out of roster lists and grade books. It works great to have it all digital. So those are things that I love about iDoceo. I think it's totally worth the $8 that I paid for it. I hope you get a chance to give it a try. And just FYI, this is not, I don't make a cent off of this. I'm not a registered sponsor of iDoceo. Otherwise, I'd probably know how to say their name better if I was like, you know, being paid by them. But yeah, so this is just my opinion. This is just me letting you know what works really well for me, and that I recommend that you give a try. I hope you like it. Check it out. Have a great day.